making no apologies. That's it, umhlaba mawuhlulwe, so that our people can have access to the land.
Life is difficult, but you must soldier on. Don't give up. If you are a coward, you don't belong here.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Simo Politics. Today, I want us to cover the Premier of Limpopo, who says that in order to recover the damage that was done in Limpopo by the floods, then Limpopo needs 10 billion. So I posted about this on my social media platform where I was like, 10 billion. 10 billion, guys, not 10 million, 10 billion. I find that crazy. Is 10 billion a small amount for fixing the floods that happened in Limpopo, or is it too much? But let's get right into it. So it says here, Limpopo estimates 10 billion needed for flood recovery. Premier Dr. Popi Ramatuba says preliminary assessment indicates that the province may require close to 10 billion for comprehensive recovery efforts following the recent floods. The provincial government has allocated 800 million. 800 million. Oh, that is a lot of money. 800 million. That is a lot of money. The provincial government has allocated 800 million to not 8 million, not 80, 800, close to 1 billion. The provincial government has allocated 800 million towards recovery while it awaits a response from the National Disaster Management Center. Speaking in Polokwane on Thursday during a media briefing, the Premier said the provincial government, in collaboration with the disaster management teams and relevant stakeholders, is actively assessing and responding to the needs of the affected communities. Our primary focus remains the safety and the well-being of the residents, which involves ongoing damage assessments, relief interventions, and urgent restoration of these essential services, Ramatuba said. Over the past weeks, members of the executive councils have visited several floods-affected areas. Just yesterday, we were in Bloberg, Old Long Sign, and Inverin, where the Decree Wednesday team began the process of restoring access to the road and regraving parts that were not accessible. Whilst we also mourned the loss of 5 lives, many thousands have been displaced. The crisis extends to critical infrastructure. For instance, the R521 highway from Polokwane to Mogwadi reflects the severe impact of the rains, riddled with hazardous potholes, Ramatuba said. Consequently, the provincial government is actively engaging with the South African National Roads Agency Limited to expedite repairs on the road and other critical routes to ensure safety of the communities. The Premier said Limpopo requires a comprehensive overhaul to restore normalcy to the lives of the residents. We welcome the National Declaration of the Floods as disaster, which has enabled access to much-needed assistance from the national departments. Many have already initiated process to support our recovery efforts. Since December 2025, the province has experienced tragic losses, within 27 fatalities reported thus far, alongside approximately 194 houses affected and around 439 roads rendered unusable, measuring an estimated 600 kilometers. We remain hopeful that we will successfully rebuild Limpopo from this disaster with the resources we are beginning to mobilize while we wait further intervention from the National Disaster Management Center, Ramatuba said. Last month, President Ramaphosa visited the flood-stricken parts of the province to assess the extent of the damage and the response of government. You know, the problem with these things is that money is iyafunyanwa imali for I mean the for lento, but then you find ubana it's never used for what it was asked for. That is the only sad part. I do wish that the money that they get, whether it's 800 million or what, they actually use it fully for what they're asking for. Because you'd find Bada, they will get that 800 million from Zegel, or get more, get $1 billion. And when it's time to implement, or when it's time to rebuild the roads, as you hear that they're saying there's a lot of roads that are affected. The roads help the homes or whatever, you'll find that they loot the money. That's the problem. I think nowadays when someone gives a quote with billions, it becomes very tricky to kind of like believe. You know, it becomes very tricky to kind of believe, and take everything at face value, because you are already thinking they are going to loot the money. That's the problem. So yeah, but obviously we want the premier to rebuild in Limpopo, you know. But yeah, that is a lot of money. I think that is a lot of money. Yeah, anyway, you guys tell me what you think. Again, I don't have experience in governance. Someone said to me that when I said it's a lot of money, said that yeah, I'm speaking like that. It shows my lack of I said my lack of what, you know? Yeah, but lack of experience. Yeah, that's what he said. He said it shows my lack of experience. I've never built roads or whatever, but 10 billion, guys. Or has our money does not have value anymore? 10 billion. Oh, maybe our money doesn't have value anymore. Maybe I think that maybe I'm thinking that our money has value. Because when I think of 10 billion, my head spins. Well, it really spins. I'm like, that is a lot of money. If that money used wisely, it can honestly assist. It can really assist. Let me see if I can find a video to attach. Just at the end of this video, the damage that is in Limpopo, so that you can get to have an idea of how much the damage is. So I'm hopefully I can find a nice clear video that I'll be able to attach here. So tell me what you think. But first, watch here.
If you are currently in a flood-hit area of Limpopo or Mpumalanga and thinking of trying to cross a river or a submerged bridge, don't do it. At least 19 people have died since the beginning of the summer season. And the Weather Office has issued its highest red level 10 warning for more severe flooding. Entire communities have been cut off as rivers burst their banks and swallow low-lying bridges. In some cases, bridges have been completely washed away or severely damaged. The Kruger National Park has been closed to day visitors, while campsites are being evacuated as water levels continue to rise. Search and rescue operations continue with the support of the South African Air Force. They are helping to airlift people stranded on their roofs of their submerged homes and in trees. Authorities are pleading with people to stop crossing these bridges and any strong flowing streams because of the major risk of being swept away by strong currents.
From this road from Giyani to Palabora, there could be 3 or 4 areas where it has separated the communities against each other. But the message that we want to say to communities is that they might want to do important things. It could be their business, it could be funerals, as we have going towards the weekend. We request their caution. When they see water like this, they must not try to cross over because we don't want to lose life.
Well, one woman who was rescued from a tree is being treated in hospital, but her 5-year-old child didn't survive. They were swept away by the raging torrents in a village just outside Giyani.
She explained that when the house started to collapse, she grabbed a child. She trying to manage to run away, but water overpowered her, and then she battled. Then she just swept by a water and no choice, unlike to leave the child to swept by water. And even her, she was swept by water until she grabbed the tree almost 4 kilometers away. So she stayed there until 8 o'clock, from 3 o'clock early in the morning.
That little boy's body was found shortly before President Cyril Ramaphosa arrived in Giyani by helicopter. Ramaphosa was transported by Baki for a first-hand assessment of the situation. Limpopo Premier Popi Ramathuba and Giyani officials then briefed him on the latest developments. Ramaphosa says he's apprised of at least one death, that of the 5-year-old boy. 36 homes in the Mbaula village have also been destroyed. Ramaphosa paid tribute to the villagers who went above and beyond to help save their fellow community members.
They tied each other around the rope and they pulled each other out of what could have been certain death. So we are really grateful that that type of innovation, even in a time of great danger, was possible, and it happened. So number of lives that could have been lost here have been saved, and we're grateful to ordinary people, and of course our South African Air Force that came out, their helicopters, and rescued a number of people from rooftops. And
anyway, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. That's the damage. I mean, it obviously does require a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, it does require a lot of money and all that, but it just 10 billion sounded crazy to me. Like 10 billion sounded crazy to me, and I could be wrong, could be lack of experience from me. I'll take that. But tell me what you think. What do you think? With the Premier needing 10 billion to fix Limpopo, there's already 800 million that has been pledged already, close to 1 billion. But anyway, tell me what you think. If you don't know who I am, my name is Limpopo. Please subscribe to this channel. It is free of charge. Ask your family, your friends to subscribe. Yeah, I'll see you guys on the next episode. Support the channel. Aluta continua. Until the next time. Let's meet in the comment section.